Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Why can I not shock the goo without making a mess? Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Painting goo goo. Painting goo goo. Painting goo goo. Seriously, I'm already covered in the stuff. I'm just preparing. Messy bastard. Painting goo. 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 Painting goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Oh. Painting goo. Goo, 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 goo. Slight spillage in the village. A mild spillage in the village. Where's it? Painting goo. Painting goo. Goo, 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 goo. Everybody put your hands together for our very own petrified primate, Milo the monkey, playing us in on another glorious, hilarious, rant-filled, mad random shit painting episode of Paintingu. Right, you know the drill. I did it a bit early, actually. Pay the monkey. Look at the monkey. Look at the bowl that says tip bowl. And then look at the monkey. Feel shame, empathy, and an utter lack of greed. And pay the monkey. So he doesn't go hungry. Right. Welcome. Today is a low energy day. Oh. I had one of those shits where you realize you're not a kid anymore and you're an old man. one of those bowel movements that's like, oh, things have changed. Right. Going to descend into proper Paintingu posture. Well, at least one of the stools today was smooth. Because I'm telling you, That incident that took me about 20 minutes to deal with about an hour ago had me contemplating whether or not I was going to do this stream. It's bad. And I'm pretty sure, like, it was the bolognese. You know, maybe pasta just doesn't agree with me. I need to start keeping, like, track. I have such a varied diet that I haven't been arsed to, like, keep track of things and being like, how do I react to things? Like, I've noticed, like, small things, like, just from passively, like, noticing things over the years where I'm like, sometimes I'll eat this and it's like I get a runny nose. Is that like a mild allergic reaction, you know? Sometimes I eat things like this and, like, you know, the bowel movements are noticeably stiffer and more labored. And then there's the other ones where it's like, sometimes you eat, like, everybody knows that of, like, Indians or curries or burritos, and then, like, you just have, like, a horrible time afterwards. Like, you, like, really enjoy it, like, and eating it and all. You're like, oh man, that was a fucking fantastic curry. Like, and then 24 hours later, or, like, depending, it could be a few hours later. If it's really bad, it could be, like, moments later. But then just, like, it's a bad time. uh, okay. What's this now? Notifications distracting me from my purpose of painting. Right. I will ramble until you request tunes. Anyone? Anyone? Just a little ronery. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, that's just something that men, like, universally seem to experience. Is like your knees start to click, and then every so often you have a bowel movement where you're like, "Is this it? Is this where I die? Is this how I go out? Like Elvis, but nobody's gonna know." Except, like, my horrified close relatives and loved ones. Metamucil is your friend. You will clean you right out. I've heard prune juice. You remember that episode 2.5 Men where, like, the kid has, like, fucking constipation, and what was that bitch's name? Big redheaded bitch, Berta. And just, like, hands him like a fucking, like, liter of pure prune juice. Drink this. Call me later. And it's one of those things of, like, and that's what I thought was funny, because I texted the female earlier and I was like, oh god, I don't know, like, so I got up early, woke her up, she had stuff to do. I got up early, and then I really didn't feel well. Right after I woke up, I was burping and had a lot of gas. I just didn't feel well. I was like, oh, that bolognese is, like, repeating on me with the looks of it, like. And it's annoying, you know, when you make food yourself and it's nice, and then it repeats on you. You're like, fuck's sake, like, you know, because they have leftovers and shit, like, you know. It's like, but this is now deterring me from, like, enjoying it. Like, I was like, fuck doing that again. Like, oh man. Brutal. It was brutal, like. Really good bolognese, though. Yo, let's go. Nah, metamucil. Like, is it metamucil? Metamucil? Or metamucil is the best. Grabs everything on its way out. Will give you the biggest, smoothest PM of your life. Oh, yeah, like, 40 years. Wait, what, are you over 40? I can't remember. You got, like, 3 kids, married with kids, warehouse gig, hard working average man, Canadian. And you're just like, nah, man, I'm telling you. Been there, done that, worn the t-shirt. What you need is that pharmaceutical grade fucking drain cleaner shit. Like, oh, man. That's hilarious. Prune juice. That's rookie stuff. Fuck that homeopathic bullshit. Metamucil. Like, Metamucil. Like, it's like, forget bowel movements. This will give you a meta movement. This won't just move your bowels, it'll move everything. Inside your bowels, everything outside your bowels, everything connecting to the general aura of your bowels. Check TG chat, I kid you not, that's so funny. Metamucil, 4-in-1 fiber, sugar free. 72 servings. Is it powdered? Is it? It's like an orange flavored powder thing, like a fucking a laxative version of Baraka. We have a thing in Europe. I don't know if you guys have it in the States. Baraka. It's like an energy. It's basically like a fucking pharmaceutical energy supplement. Like, it's like Lucozade, but in like soluble form or something. It's weird. It's like, it's kind of like Monster before, like, Monster was a thing. It was like, something you could get in a pharmacy where, like, and not just pharmacies, I think you could get it in shops as well, but it's like a soluble tablet that you put in water and it fizzes up and it has this orange effervescence, like, to it or whatever like that. But it was like supposed to be like full of vitamins that you need, minerals that you need, and like supposed to give you, like, a good, that's what it was called. It was like Baraka Boost Energy. Like, the ad for it was hilarious. It was like some guy in a suit who just like takes off running and starts like fucking, what are those things called? Where it's like the, not lunges, the fucking barriers. I can't remember now where they're doing the foot. Like, it's one of the marathon things. It's one of the Olympic. What's it called? The fuck it, where they jump over the barriers. That's so funny. Like, ads back in the day used to at least have a sense of humor to them. Like this guy was like on the way to work in a suit, like with a fucking briefcase and all, like short tie, 3-piece suit, the whole 9 yards, like, like, and he's just like at a train station or something, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm missing my train," and he just whacks a baraka into him and fucking like. I think that's how it goes. That's probably not how it goes. I think he might drink it in the office, and it's what allows. He like drinks it at like the 3 p.m. slump at work. And that's what gives him the energy boost to, like, catch the train getting home or something, I think is what it was. Or does he drink it in the morning and it lets him get to work? Or maybe both. I don't know, like. But he just takes off sprinting, like, and starts, like, fucking... See the fence? Hit it quick? It's ridiculous. It's just psyllium fiber. What, like mushroom shit? Forget about a movement. That stuff provides a bowel experience. It's a holistic bowel experience in a bottle. Mix it with water. Yeah, that's what I figured. Baraka made an energy drink. Yeah, I know. I used to make that joke when I was a kid as well. Baraka. Isn't that a character in Mortal Kombat? You want me to like? Have you seen Baraka from Mortal Kombat? Do you seek that kind of energy at 7 a.m.? That kind of, like, meth head, knife wielding tweaker energy? First thing in the morning. Do you want to feel like you've just had, like, a 15-gram coffee enema? I can't. Oh, man. Takes me a while to wake up in the mornings most of the time, especially when I get up early. Because most of the time I still don't get to sleep till like after midnight, even if I go to bed at like 10 o'clock or some shit. Like, oh, it just doesn't happen. And then I have to spend a while doing me qigong to like fucking balance everything out. Like I felt great the other day. I was saying it and all, like I did my qigong for like a solid hour, and I was sweating, and like everything felt great. I could feel everything, all the joints, all the muscles in between, all the muscles. I could feel me shoulders now, like, and I've done it a few times now where like I start to feel my sciatica like um re- not like repair itself, right? What would be the word? Like I'm like working through my sciatica myself, like I can feel it in like that my glutes are activating, my hips are starting to like not be as tight. I can get nice and low into the horse stance and sit there for a while and all. Like I need to like I've gotten a bit complacent with it though. I need to like push myself and work out more off. I haven't worked out in weeks now. Just been so focused on like must paint, must keep house clean, must it's like doing a lot of house husband shit and then painting as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it is. It's like such a like hilariously. It's like I've created my own uh hilarious like self punishment where like the thing that I do for a living now requires me to do most of the time anyway. I can do stuff standing, you know, but it requires me to be seated. And I spent years doing that, playing video games, like having such a great time and all. Like, and now when I'm sitting for long periods of time doing the stream or whatever, like, oh fuck, man, it takes a toll on you. Like, when you have like when you have the kind of like spinal lower back problems that I like, do you know? And it's funny because it's like I have red hair, pale skin, and I'm like, you know, talking about posture problems and bowel movements. It's like, yeah, fucking Jew. Like, oh, it's horrible. My back, my bowels. Oh, but I want to eat another bagel. I haven't had a bagel in years. No, that's a lie. I used to regularly eat them, but I did have one there a while ago when I was in someone else's house. I like bagels. You have to get the right ones though. Those fucking sesame seed whole fucking grain ones. Not a fan. I like my bagels to be smooth. They are kind of chewy though. I heard somebody recently, like, you know, criticize bagels, and they're like, I don't. Was it Vox? Yeah, he was like, I never like bagels. They're chewy, and I'm like, I get that, but I never had them raw. Like they're chewy when they're raw. They're not chewy when they're like toasted. I used to make toasted tuna, cheese, barbecue sauce, tuna melts on like like bagel tuna melts like every morning for me and a friend of mine, like, and oh, they were killer. It was so nice. That being the first thing you eat with a cup of tea or a coffee or something, like, set you up for the day. These days, I'm lucky to get a banana in. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I need to. I like my routine is like so jacked, which is why it feels like my workload is like really getting on top of me, but it's not. You know, because I actually don't have that much to do. It's like fitting it in with the daily just like responsibilities of, like, you know, keeping a house and fucking getting stuff for the dinner and all this fucking shit. Like, people like probably, "Oh, don't you have a fucking car? Can you all do all that in the space of an hour instead of walking all over the town?" I grew up in a suburb. I took public transport. Um, how do you how do you not just live on the can? Yeah, like I think, like, despite like how probably every so often horrific my diet has been, and then despite the fact that like I don't have like a, you know, a disciplined workout like healthy routine and shit, like the only thing really I've kept up is the gong, because it's so easy to just like find some space and just assume a horse stance and then do the different poses and stuff, and like it's like getting like a full body light workout, you know, it's like doing a full body warm up just on the spot, gets everything going. Like there was a couple of weeks ago where like it was quite warm out, and like I can see how that hot yoga shit would be really really good for you, like, you know. but it was quite warm out, and because the ceiling is low in this house, and this house is like, it's like really really hot in the summer and really really cold in the winter because of the way it's all like, the it's got like poor insulation, and then like a 100-year-old rock wall at the back. Oh god. Oh, I didn't get to like warm up my posture, so I'm talking too much and not breathing enough. My diaphragm's off, posture's off. Everything's just like, oh, very sluggish today. Very very sluggish today. I think there is a thing to that with the whole gluten and pasta thing. Like my dad is apparently a celiac, so I wouldn't be surprised if I have some of that. Like, and I still get like some lumps in the back of my neck now and again. So like I wouldn't be surprised if like through like a combination of like stubbornness and laziness, I have just like caused myself a load of like minor ailments over the years through dietary and like, basic like daily habits and stuff like that. Um and I'm still doing them to this day. I'm probably not allergic in quotes to chicken and eggs like they told me, but in a sense I probably am. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I have like some kind of hereditary thing. Like my dad doesn't like come across as like a very like exceedingly healthy individual, and neither does my mother. So like genetically, like even though I look alright, my internals are obviously a bit skewed. Like I mean, I got a hernia when I was 8, so like God only knows what's going on in there. I devised a new bedtime snack that I may be addicted to now: triple cream vanilla Greek yogurt, raw honey, chocolate protein powder. By the gods. I have stuff like that where like I'll have some fruit and a yogurt, or like yogurt and jam, like homemade jam, um, homemade peach jam. Oh my god, Jesus Christ, give your mouth an orgasm. Like, oh boy, Greek yogurt and honey is boss. Oh man, yeah, like like proper like honey and yogurt and like proper honey, and like eat like honey in your coffee and all. Like honey's just great. Um, but you know what I love? Honey on honey roasted carrots. Oh, it's intense. Anyway, will I just keep rambling while I get the goo repaired? I was about to say repaired. Will I get the goo prepared, or will I stick on tunes? Just want me to, or will I do both? What you want? I was thinking. Did I say that yesterday when I was thinking about like? I think I did, where I was like, "Welcome to Good Burger." It's like I was thinking of doing like how it started with painting goo, and like you see me just in the house coat with the fucking with the like thing wrapped around me head like a bandana. It's like how it started, how it went, and then me in a kimono like doing ones from a few months ago or last year or something, like, and then how it's going. And it's like it goes from like me being like, fucking welcome to painting goo, and like all of this like, over the top stuff and blah blah, and then it just cuts to me in normal clothes just being like, welcome to painting goo, where I paint things for you. How can I paint for you today? like, like I'm just like worn down from all the fucking like, oh man, I've done so much painting. uh, what's the crack, Emmanuel? You well? You well, Emmanuel? It's fucking hilarious. Anyway, I need to finish doing these temples and then get some of these creatures in. Populate this wonky. It's kind of cool looking. I like it. I like the way, like, because I put the dome on it or the firmament or whatever. The buildings being like tilted, um, doesn't throw you off. It kind of looks like it suits it, because of the curvature. Let me see. Opening a dam gate after years of it being closed. Metamucil at work. Oh, that's gas. It's like what I was talking about. Was it yesterday or the day before about like when bears hibernate and all? They fucking like basically like give themselves a butt plug by eating a load of trash and all, so that like they don't shit all over the inside of their cave while they're hibernating. Which, when you think about it, is like fucking genius. Like, do you know what I mean? Oh, I'm gonna be asleep for months in an enclosed space. Like, the last thing I want to do is like fart and shit in my sleep to the point where I like gas myself inadvertently. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Like, oh man, I'm wrecked today. Just don't feel well. I probably shouldn't eat pasta. I don't know what it is. Like, it's funny because I haven't eaten bread in a few days either. And the other day my energy was up. Like, I seriously wouldn't be surprised if I like went vegetarian and felt great. I'd just be like, you serious? Fair enough. Oh, did you see about Jimmy Kimmel? Jimmy Kimmel got his show cancelled because of shit he said about Charlie Kirk. Hilarious. Serious fucking leftists getting a taste of their own medicine lately. Loving it. Fucking loving it. What you working on, Godson? I gotta check your channel again. Always love your works. Like the last time I seen him working on some shit, it's fucking awesome looking. The one with the clowns. It's deadly looking. Sounds like you're past a point of no return. Oh, you're full of them today. You are. Your dad jokes. You fucking heathen. You goddamn heretic. Comedic blaspheming wanker. And then cancel culture came for the left. Yeah, and it's like it's hilarious to see them fucking like I was saying this where like the stuff that people got the sack for and people got arrested for the past 10, 15 years. Just saying stuff like, shut up you fat faggot or whatever, like, stupid feminist cunt, shut your mouth, like, oh, so offensive, like, fucking, well, why can't I call them niggers if they steal my car, like, do you know what I mean, like, fuck that shit, like, that nigger robbed my house, oh my god, you can't call them that. What the fuck do you mean, like, do you know what I mean, like, it's like the whole thing of, like, such a great example, that one of like if a black guy rapes a white girl, or even better, if a black guy rapes a black woman. Well, I suppose yeah, politically they wouldn't have a problem with that. That's why it has to be a white girl. If a black girl if a black guy rapes a white woman, and she's like, that nigger raped me, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, what's actually offensive, like the rape or the fucking slur the racial slur that she used to identify the criminal, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I mean, yeah, sure, what he did was like absolutely abhorrent, but oh, there's no need for words. Like, it's such a pearl clutcher bullshit fucking thing. But anyway, um, like all the bullshit they've been doing for years, all the fucking crazy like communist woke, fucking Animal Farm, Orwellian, authoritarian, crazy hive mind bullshit that they've been doing for fucking years now, that has literally driven some people like insane, and now and now they're like, all I did was this utterly abhorrent thing, and all I did was say this like absolutely fucking mind-blowingly offensive thing, like, haha, your dad is dead, and can we kill J.K. Rowling now? All I did was say that on Twitter, and I've lost my job, and my job happened to be, fucking creating a diversity and inclusion section in a Microsoft office, which is like the most fucking absolutely superficial bullshit thing you've ever heard in your fucking life, like, do you know what I mean? So it's like not exactly like he's a pillar of society, this fucking septum purse ball little shit, like, um I'm gonna give Coddington a run for his money pretty soon. Yeah, like he'd love the stuff you come out with, man. I love it too, but like I'm kind of like more like Owen, where like I love to hate it. Like every so often there's a dad joke where I'm like, that's really good, shit. But I'm still like disgusted. Like there's a part. It's kind of like the whole thing with Satan, where you're like, if something happens with like on the side of like evil genius, and you can't help but admire the like sophisticated thought process that it would require to like play all this stuff out like a fucking like a symphony, like, do you know what I mean, like conducting a play or whatever, like conducting a symphony, like conducting an orchestra, whatever the fuck the word in verbiage is. And there is like a dark humor to that, like you're like, fuck me, that was good, like, like the Joker, everybody loves the Joker, but he's like an absolute fucking lunatic. Like, which is so funny about society, where it's like if you just acknowledge the truth, then we get some of the most like insane stuff, but it's like acknowledged that the purpose of it is to explore the imagination and what could be. And there is incredible, like there's stuff that you could argue is like insanely offensive, like the idea of a guy dressed as a clown committing a lot of crime and then like taking people hostage and fucking like biochemically threatening like a whole fucking town or whatever. Like, that's crazy. That's like evil as fuck, but it's incredibly entertaining because it's like rooted in truth and philosophy, which is why it's so funny when you see these lunatic leftists, wokeists, like not even yeah, it's not leftists, like, and you can't even call them Satanists or Jews or anything, because it's not like it's none of these groups. It really, like, I like the Hive. I like referring to them as the Hive because that's what it is. You see, it's like, what's that lad that was like, they are a swarm, the Indian dude, fucking Shiva. They are a fucking swarm, which is one of the reasons it's so unsettling when you talk to one of these people or you see them behaving and shit. You're just like, ugh, these guys are vacated and nuts. Like I understand how a civilization could be too individualistic to the point of like being immoral, and you could totally argue that like in a lot of ways our society has kind of gotten that way, where like the individual is like too important now in loads of ways, like, and we've like forgotten about each other and like being together in a true way, in a fucking sensible, rational, like meaningful way and shit, like. And that's what's so fucked up about the whole communist crap, like, let's all just live in the same room and fuck each other, like, it's all just like, let's just share the love and all. It's like completely just foregoing thousands of years of acknowledging like the fact that humans have emotions and like how and why we express them to a certain degree, like, do you know what I mean, like why you shouldn't allow yourself to get so angry that you kill someone and stuff like this. And like, it's just so blatantly obvious when you see when you see these people that you're just like, oh my god, it would take so much time to try and even get through to you, and it would probably just end up being a waste. Like, it's like, and that's a bad place to be in. That's a bad place to be in as a society, when you're like, we can't talk to each other. Oh, we're so fucked, man. We're so fucked, like we are and we aren't, like, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously we're not like, I'm not like a doomer. I'm not like, oh, it's all gonna end. No, like, do you know what I mean? It's just like the current system and current paradigm is just like fucking like shaken at the foundation. It's just like falling apart at the seams. Like every single population is just like, either not in harmony with its government, or like totally against its government, or like there's like fucking separatists and all this fucking. It's so oversaturated and overcomplicated and so out of control. There's so much chaos and not enough order in some places and all. It's fucking wild what's going on. Like, it is cool to see some things shift, but you know full well the pendulum's going to swing too hard, too fast the opposite direction, and some mad shit's going to happen where you're like, oh god, no, like, because Because it's typical. Like, life's always like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, cool. Finally, we see some like movement in a positive direction in certain ways. Like, you know, and then you start to see the like overcorrection and shit. Like, you know, where somebody gets which part of me wouldn't mind an overcorrection in this kind of sense, but like I could see a situation where people like who was talking about this, Chris Gardner, where it's like there's going to be an overcorrection where like instead of people being able to walk in to a shop like they are now in certain places and just like rob the place and leave and nothing happens because everybody knows that the police aren't going to do anything, or the police openly coming out on social media being like, yeah, we're no longer like arresting these crimes, like, you know, we're not like arresting people for the following crimes or whatever, like just straight up just being like, yeah, we're not even arsed, just let it burn. It's gonna swing the other way where it's like if you spit in public, like you're gonna like get tasered and like hog-tied and thrown in a van. The clips of him saying it's good to cancel people who won't get jabbered, and now he's getting cancelled. Hubris is the great social filter. Oh man, it's hilarious. The Jimmy Kimmel situation is hilarious. Like, that goes for all sides. Modern Joker is getting retarded, unfortunately. Yeah, the fucking Jared Leto one and the Joaquin Phoenix one. Yeah, they're like the pathetic gamma instead of like the kind of more, you know, serious like psycho, like disturbed fucking, like, cause like the Heath Ledger Joker is like very competent. The reason why the Heath Ledger Joker was so good is because of how competent he was. Like, he was very good at what he was doing. He had a plan. Like, you know what I mean? The whole, like, born in the money and being like, it's not about the money, it's about sending a message. Like he was so, like, that's why it was so good. It was so obvious through the portrayal of the character and like the writing, the lines and shit like that. Like, he was driven and like motivated and competent and exceedingly intelligent and like even capable physically. Like, obviously not to the point of Batman, but like when he had the dogs and he's like beating the shit out of him with the pipe and all, and the way he handles it, like the way he handles that black lad with the pencil. This dude's like way bigger than him and all, and he go wham, like just puts like out of nowhere, like, you know, because it's that, because he knows that because of how he looks, he's kind of like, and he intentionally like slouches, and then there's moments where he has perfect posture, like when he's in the prison and he's clapping, and he's sitting there in the waistcoat and his legs are crossed. There's moments where he's like graceful and elegant and like like, you know, like almost like has this like opulent nature to him where he's like very regal and shit, like, you know, and then other moments he's like this slouching creature, like when he leans out of the fucking truck when they open the side of the truck and he just starts like nonchalantly spraying with the Glock. Every single minor thing Heath Ledger did with that character was spot on in terms of trying to portray a really like fucked up dude that you don't want to fuck with. Like, it was so, like, the bit where Batman's coming at him on the bike and he's like spraying at him. He's like, "Come on, I want you to do it. I want you to do it. Come on, kill me. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. Come on, kill me. I want you to do it. I'm here. Kill me." Like fucking Arnie. Like, "I'm here. Kill me. Do now. Do it, Batman." Like, oh my god, somebody needs to do that in AI. Somebody needs to replace Heath Ledger's Joker with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Oh man, that'd be so fucking funny. Oh, it's moments like this where I wish I was AI savvy, because that'd probably only take 15 minutes to do now. Like, can you replace can you like replace fucking like Heath Ledger's face with like graft Arnold's face onto, like, with the makeup and the hair and all, like, just Arnold Schwarzenegger dressed up as a fucked up clown. Oh my god. Why so serious? Hey bro, why so serious? Oh man, that's the kind of shit I want to see. That's the, like fucking like I love that stuff. Like I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop laughing at it now. The idea that is so funny. Let me tell you a story. You wanna know how I got these scars? Let me tell you. My father. Why so serious? Oh man. I'm so lethargic today that I'm like snorting. I had like phlegm when I got up this morning and all like fucking hell. I think the change in weather is like I can feel it in my bones now. No, I'm not even gonna lie. If I woke up like all fluey, I'd be like, yeah, excuse to do nothing for the next 48 hours. And just like sit in it like I think I remember Vox saying that's what he does. I've always done that. I'd be like, I'm sick, see you later. And I just like hibernate for like 2 or 3 days. And like all I do is like travel between the kitchen, the bed, and the toilet and the bed, like just keeping myself like full of fluids and eating occasionally, like, and then just sleep it off, like, and then emerge a few days later, just like, oh, right, back to work. Like, oh man. It's probably going to be a bit of a pain to get this color again. What was it? It was like white, a dash of red, mainly yellow. I think that was the. I think it was the combo that got me to that shade. And then I need to darken it up. Kind of lean into the brown. Get the background finished, and then we'll start sticking in the characters. Dr. Sheev is the only good G. Yeah, you don't see. It's not often you see like one that you like kind of be like, yeah, he seems cool. Most of them are just, like I see some ones on YouTube and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, he seems cool or whatever. But like a lot of them do have that kind of like Bob's a Vagine creepy vibe, like. But then loads of them are funny. Like I find them hilarious. Like the accent just kills me. Like, buddy. No, fuck you, bloody. Fuck, no, bloody, fuck you, bloody. No, bloody, fuck you, bloody. How dare you? Sir. The hand movements, the accent, like everything. I love it. It's so funny. Like, love Indians. That's what I think is so funny about, like, because like people would look at this like stuff I do or the shit I say and be like, oh my god, like, is he like racist? And like, I couldn't have more love for some cultures that like other people, like a lot of like, you know, freedom loving, like the type of young one that would go on holiday on her own to spread love in Afghanistan and then subsequently get murdered or whatever. Like, you know, these like fucking gobshite, really just like unaware, ignorant liberals or whatever, like would be like, oh my god, like Alex is like says racist, like offensive stuff or whatever. Like, meanwhile, they'd be the ones to like point out that like, you know, the barbarism of the whites in the Middle Ages or something, like, you know, witch burnings and all this fucking shit, like, but then leave out all the fucking, like, you know, Latin Americans heart yanking fucking blood sacrifice baby murdering shit because it fits their narrative of like, oh, but these people are the natives and they were here before you, so you owe them money. Like, it's so done now. It's so like, it's so overplayed. It's so fucking, it's like the race card. Like the race card, like so many people like, oh, you're racist. Oh, like there used to be a time where, you know, there was even a time where somebody was like, oh, he's homophobic. There was a time where a lot of normal people be like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's like kind of, that's not a good thing. Like that's how far it went. Like all you had to do was say something like, oh, you're one of them category, offensive category, and it's just like, yeah, so you're a bad person. Like what the fuck? Like there used to be a time where you had to like kill or rob or like like actually be shitty to people, like actually be a shitty person before people like destroyed your name publicly or some shit. Like it's crazy. Like I have some great Indian folks in my congregation, but they are clean living integrated families with strong morals and work ethics, and they bathe on the regular. Yeah, man, like Indians, like when they're cool, are like so cool. But it's the same with every fucking culture. Oh, excuse me. Oh, bolognese is still repeating on me. Oh. Yeah, I didn't mention that actually. I woke up and I had the hiccups. Oh. I woke up and I was like, eh? I was like, are you serious? Fucking hell, like it's just a very like I just don't feel well today. Lethargic. My guts all over the place. Tired, don't have a lot of energy, like. And like all I can think about is like all of those dietary videos of like, oh, stay away from pasta and like bread, and like I had garlic bread, I had pasta. Like. But then it's kind of like, and then I'm thinking about the vegetarian stuff. But when I go get myself a steak from the butcher's, and I cook that bitch proper, so it's nice and charred, like a little bit charred on the outside, but nice and lovely and pink and a bit firm on the inside, and all, it's still a little bit bloody, like like perfectly cooked, like. Man, I want to like raid a village, like I want to go Viking after I eat one of those things. But I suppose they could use that as an argument to be like, see, you are now consumed by bloodlust, you meat-eating fuck. You flesh-eating faggot. I could see a time where meat-eating is considered gay, like, You're so weak. You have to kill another creature to sustain yourself. Eat the dandelion, you fool. Like, I mean, like, where, like, I don't see a flaw in the logic. There's food everywhere. It comes out of the ground. It comes out of plants. What you need to kill something for? But winter. But also fermentation. Fermentation seems to be a totally logical way to get around winter. But winter. Like, winter's a thing. Is that too yellow? I suppose it'll dry darker. I like the setup I have right now. I feel very professional lately, because I have like a setup over here where I'm doing the symmetrical, and I'm using a maul, well, a makeshift maul. It's just a T-square that I screwed the top off of. And then I still have the desk free to do other stuff. So I have like 3 little workstations. I got the stream area. I'm doing the PEINTEINGU. I've like literally got fucking hundreds of paintings now. Like, I went through this thought when I was doing the festival. I was like, do I try and sell some of the PEINTEINGUs? And I was like, no, I have to make the book of PEINTEINGU, And then the female turned around and was like, but you've sold PEINTEINGUs before in the beginning. Like, people bought PEINTEINGUs when you started. So, like, you've already sold PEINTEINGUs. And I was like, yeah, that's true. And then I was like, well, Margie bought one. I do that a lot. I hold myself to such a high, like, social honor standard, where I think people will, like, be annoyed at me or offended if I even in the slightest go against my word, like what I said I would do. I stress myself the fuck out over that shit, man. Like writing lists and stuff and all of things that, like, really get on my mind. Like, I'll be like, I haven't done the Stormfuhrer Pink Butt State. I still haven't done a concept drawing of Merlin for fucking Ian Gannon. Like, do you know what I mean? And I said I'd do it weeks ago. Like, And like it's not like he needs it, and he was like, dude, like whatever, like, do you know what I mean? But it's like I'm still like holding myself to that standard of like, you fucking stupid, undisciplined, lazy, unorganized gobshite. Like, get your shit together so that you can bang all these things out in order. And I'm like really hard on myself, like, you know. It's a stupid way to be. Like, you should just keep yourself healthy and calm and disciplined and in control and just like chip away at everything. And yes, like try and be more organized, try and be more disciplined, try and like insert these like better ways of living more efficiently and more intelligently, like, you know, into your everyday lives and stuff. Create better habits, like all these things. Totally. You know, I've been doing it myself and it works and it feels great. Like, it's like those little achievements where you're like, you know, like I just stopped smoking for a month. Now I've been smoking again, like, do you know what I mean? So like, yeah, like Emmanuel said, it's like, oh, the monkey's on your back. Yeah, tired, stressed, fucking all sorts of things. But that's what I think is funny about people like me is like, if I want to do something, I just do it, and then if I don't want to do something, I don't do it. You know, it's like a course in a blessing where like I have a really strong willpower and a very strong sense of self, like self and independence, but sometimes to my detriment, where like I don't fight my own like I don't fight my own desires enough sometimes. Um, and I know like I would like we all struggle like, you know, the whole fucking every day's fight to be better, blah blah, like, you know. But that's kind of my point is like I'm quite harsh on myself. And then I've like reflected on that, and I've like come to the conclusion where I'm like, I sure I should like try and be better in certain ways and all, like, but is there really a need for me to be so fucking harsh on myself? Like, you know, like, am I, do I need to be that harsh on myself? Am I a bad person? Have I done bad things and I deserve to be like punished? Like, you know, am I like being self-destructive and self, you know, like being too harsh on myself? Essentially, like in a simple way, in a boiled down way, like it is mad when like you don't really have a father and you don't really have somebody to like bounce these things off who like knows you on a deep personal level because they like raised your ass from a baby, like, you know. It's it's a weird place to be in where like you have a dad, you know him, you know, you've had a relationship with him, but now not so much, like, you know, and for like just stupid shitty reasons, you know. It's like it's an odd sensation. It's one of those things of like, yeah. And I feel blessed that like I obviously don't really need it, like to a point where it's like fucking with my life, because like I don't think of it often. But when I'm trying to reflect on my person, I do ponder on those things where I'm like, you know, am I being, is the whole kind of like Jesse Lee Peterson, have you forgiven your father? You know, like, and your mother. And I'm always like, I did. You know, I've had those conversations, and the ball was in his court, and he just doesn't seem interested, which is sad. But it doesn't hit me like I thought it would. You know, like I genuinely thought a part of me would be like, I don't have a daddy. You know, like, because it is like it's not a mild thing. You know, to a like a whole father son relationship. But I'm kind of like, huh, fuck him. You know, and I think that's what's uh, probably left me with a sense of like, huh, well, that's a bit shit. Is realizing that like unlike other people who like have a really like, you know, a strong like emotional connection with their father, like I just don't, and I have one, you know, because there's be all these people like, you know, don't even have a dad. And I used to be like, well, at least I have one, like, you know. but not really. Not in the sense that you're supposed to have one. I think it's one of the reasons why I respect like good fathers so much. Like if you're a hardworking man and you have kids and you're a good dad and you're like your kids are like happy, you know, and loved. Man, that's like pretty much one of the most noble things you can do right now. Is just be like a hardworking dude and you know raise your kids right and all that shit. Like, because it's so fundamentally important. Like, it's one of the reasons why so many people listen to Owen and why Owen has been like made out to be such a fucking like oh, he's this and this is because like his point is just so blatantly obvious and true. It's like look, deal with the root of the issue. All this shit is just gonna get exponentially worse and worse and worse, and people are gonna get more fucking blah blah blah. And it's because it's the same. Like he's speaking from experience. He still talks to his father, but the relationship isn't like exactly like. I can only imagine what it's like. I feel sympathy for Owen because like his father's like worse than mine. Mine's just a bit of a dick and a liar and an idiot. So it's like similar, but like not to the same degree. He got married again recently to the woman that he's been with for like years, and I didn't get an I didn't think I was gonna get an invitation. I assumed I wouldn't, and so did he. He assumed that I wouldn't have any interest, But I think it's funny because I would have probably been like, oh well, like I hope you have a good time or whatever, But not even that, like. And it was funny because when me and my sister were talking about it, like it's just like he's changed so much. He's like this now, she's changed him. All these things, like, and some of it I'm like makes me sad or angry or like, but most of it just makes me laugh. Most of it makes me laugh. Because I used to revere that man and fear him, like, and think he was, like, very intelligent and, like, honorable and all these things. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and then just over the years, just like, wow, like, you're just, like, really not the guy I thought you were. In a kind of pathetic way. Like, not even like a, oh my god, like, you're a monster. You're not what I thought you were. In a very mild kind of, like, really, Jesus, you kind of suck. Like, that was crack dick 40. Well, I'm way behind on the chat. I've just been sitting here shy talking. What's the largest demographic next to the native Irish? It's probably Polish. Next to the Irish is probably I won't be surprised if at this stage it's like blacks, all different kinds of blacks, like Africans. My guess would be. It depends, like because you go closer to cities, you've like way more blacks, but in the towns we've a lot of like Pakistani, like a lot of Arabs, and a lot of Indians. Like we have a good mix, like of a lot of them. Like you walk around any part of Ireland now, and you'll see a good amount of foreigners. So I actually don't know. My guess would be Polish, but I'm probably wrong. The Polish ones that have been here years. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you ask most people in Ireland, like the Irish and the Polish, like, have a very good working relationship, very good like social relationship as well, like, because we have the same kind of, we work hard, party hard, like work really hard and then like get absolutely piss drunk and eat a load of food, like. um, American natsock George Lincoln Rockwell is quoted as saying that when white Americans wake up to the Jewish question, the Jews will beg for Uncle A to save them. That's basically what's happened, isn't it? Israel's been like, what do you mean I'm not allowed? Fuck up all my neighbors. And America's been like, yeah, leave them alone. Like, I was watching a United Nations Council meeting, and like Pakistan and Algeria were just like giving Israel a load of shit. Calling them like, calling them out on all that like repeated, repeated criminal, international crimes, um, double standard behavior. Or no, wait, that was, yeah, the guy from Israel, the Israeli representative was actually the one saying that the United Nations were holding Israel to double standards. And like, I don't know enough about geopolitics and recent like military excursions between nations in the last like 20 to 50 years to be like, is that true or not? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not well versed enough on the situation to know whether or not, like, are some of the narratives that Israel puts out true? Are they behaving like the victim because they're a bunch of like psychopaths who know that they're behaving like they know what they're doing? Are they being malevolent, or do they actually, from their perspective, feel like they have been singled out, and they think that's not fair, so their actions are justified? Like, do you know, like, I've like from what I've heard, that's their point of view. Is like, especially based on what he said, is like, all of you keep like trying to hold us as Israel to this like standard that like you don't hold each other to. Like, what about when you did this, and what about when you did that? Like, so you guys can do it, but I can't. You can fuck up that country because of this reason, but if we fire missiles into this country, we're the bad guy. Like, what's going on here? Kind of situation. Like, and it's very interesting. Like, I see it all as just like a soap opera, like a drama with different characters, different motivations, and I just like sit there and I'm like, okay, so is he running a narrative, or is he telling the truth from a certain perspective? And obviously, sometimes they're doing both. That's why it's like poker. Do you know what I mean? It's like politics on that level, like like national, like, geopolitical fucking things of like leaders of nations and shit. Like, it is fascinating on a degree. Obviously, when you're younger, you're like, oh my god, it's the most boring shit ever. But when you realize what's going on and who these people are and what they're actually doing and how they get into those positions, and it's kind of like, man, imagine what goes on in the minds of some of those people. Don't get me wrong, I can imagine a lot of politicians sitting, especially in the European Parliament and stuff like that, brain dead zombies, just like reading from papers and parroting stuff. But some meetings between some council, like, they just, you can feel the tension, and they're all looking at each other and the things they're saying and all, and because they have to say everything in an above board legalistic way, the way they throw it's like corporate speak, where like, you be in an office job and somebody's like got an email thread going on, and they don't just turn around and go, you fucked up, Tina, and because you fucked up, like, we all have to like do extra time on Friday, stupid bitch. Like, do you know what I mean? You'd get the sack for that. You'd get fired for that behavior, and rightly so, because it's like, you're supposed to be a professional, like. But people still do it, but they just use different words. Like, do you know what I mean? And like, I'm not good enough at corporate jargon to like give an example, but like, you know what I'm talking about, where like they say the same thing, but they word it in a different way. They word it in a polite way that is like legally acceptable. Like, do you know what I mean? But that. Like, I like that wordplay stuff. Like, I like the nuance of what would you call it? Like, what is it? The nuance of the speech, or is it that, like, there's something about nuanced speech that I like? Is that how I'm trying to say this? Because that's what it is. It's like multi-layered conversations using sophisticated speech based on uh, terms that are legally set, i.e., like, you're an employer talking to an employee, and like if you say it the wrong way, you could get taken up on harassment charges or something like that. So you have to like say it this way, like, it's like, it's something along the lines of like, well, if if you what if you desire to do the overtime that you've applied for, then I would suggest you write up an apology to, like, stating the following things or something, like a really, like, almost militaristic way of saying, like, if you don't do what I'm telling you to do, you're not getting what you want, kind of thing. Like, it's like, it's very similar to what Owen talks about. The reason why he speaks in a vulgar manner is because it's easier to understand. Like, it's the same thing. Like, the reason why people, it's like when you see somebody ghetto in a courtroom, you know, I'm sorry, Your Honor. He said, well, he said, and then I did, like, versus like, would you please explain your side of the story, ma'am? Well, on the following, like, it's like, is, and people would just be like, yeah, that's civilized and uncivilized, but like, not necessarily. It's more just like a language thing. Because like, you can argue that like people who speak a certain way are less intelligent, but that probably wouldn't fly. You know, most of the time, sure, that would probably, like, mathematically you'd be like, yeah, okay, fair enough. Like, but like there'd be loads of guys who like speak in a very vulgar, uncommon tongue, but have the intellectual capacity to understand sophisticated, ideas and constructs and stuff like that, and like hold a conversation and shit. Um, like that's the kind of category I would put myself in. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like I am like lower class. Like I am like a peasant, compared to like other groups of people. But that doesn't mean I'm stupid, you know. And like a lot of us are like that. A lot of us are like that. Like I don't think most people, like, I do agree with Vox. I believe most people are idiots. But even though most people are idiots, there's like a slight deviation where there's like, there's that's why morality is so important. Because if you're stupid but you're good, you probably won't appear as stupid as you actually are. But if you're stupid and you're bad, oh fuck me, do you look retarded? Like, it's interesting how that works. Like, I need to catch up on the chat, and I need to put a bit of brown in this. Hold on a sec. A dash of blue, make it a bit brown. And that movie had a ton of gravy. Have to watch it again. What movie would we talk? Like, The Dark Knight, Heath Ledger. Yeah, his, like, Heath Ledger's Joker is like unreal. So good. Jack, like, Nicholson did a pretty good job from what I can remember. Like, really came across like a sophisticated psychopath. Oh. Without the amount of hate speech laws the American government is putting on the books right now regarding the hats, it's hard to envision. Yeah, and apparently, like, there's all this like hate speech law shit coming to Ireland, and it's already in England, and fall is upon us, summer flew by. I had a nice summer, personally, um, but it was a bit mild and short. It did feel a bit mild and short. How are you not like 50 stone? Must have a crazy Yeah, I think over the years, like, I've kind of discerned that. I probably have like a crazy metabolism. But then you also have to account for the amount that I smoke. I've heard that like smoking just in general um really like rushes your digestive system. So stuff doesn't like sit in you for as long as like generally supposed to, maybe. I don't know, I could be wrong. I know like I do know that like especially with the weed, like there was times where like I would say like I'd have like a wake and bake or something. There'd be times where like I'd wake up and I'd smoke like almost immediately, like when I'm having a coffee or something. And the second I take the first toke, it's like, oh, I need a shit. Like, it's like, oh, God, dive. Like, release all valves. The second, like, it would just be like sipping the coffee, be like, oh, yeah. And then, like, spark it up and just be like, and that relaxation of the nervous system and, like, the opening of the diaphragm on the inhale and the contracting of the diaphragm on the exhale. And because you're doing it through pursed lips, because there's a difference. There's a difference between and there's a total difference between like how you inhale like and like you just feel it immediately like in the bottom in the like do you know what I mean, like in the root. It feels like it's you know 4 or 5 inches up from your taint. like vertical, like an inch or two in front of your tailbone. Right in the root chakra. Just like you're like oh fuck. Like I'll be back in a minute. Like it's coming whether I like it or not. Like, it's like, it's the type of bodily function, like it's like when you're like holding your piss in, like it's the bodily function that like you instinctively know. It's like if I fight this, it's I'm gonna be in a world of pain, and it's probably not gonna be the healthy option. I need to find a place to like execute my natural business. Like there's a reason for the saying, like when you gotta go, you gotta go. I mean, it's like when you need to sleep, you need to sleep. You know, like bad shit will happen if you don't sleep. This is like you need to breathe, motherfucker. You know, blink. You need to blink. If you don't do certain things, like could you imagine if you just like had a neurological issue where like you just didn't blink, you know, like and your eyes just dried up within a few hours, and you had to keep like using eye drops and shit. Like you're just always like, oh man. Anyway. Yeah, I probably do have a crazy metabolism. Like I think like I'm still 12 out of the 20 odd pounds that I put on in the month of not smoking. I think I've lost about 5. And it's because I'm smoking again. Like I mean, it's hilarious. You don't need to drastically change anything. I suppose you could argue it's a drastic change. Like if you're smoking all the time and then you stop smoking, it's like as far as your body is concerned, your habits, like in your daily activity, it's like I wouldn't describe it as a drastic change. Like, do you know what I mean? Drastic change to me is like moving house. Drastic change is like you're married now, you're not married. Like, do you know what I mean? Like drastic change in your life circumstances, um, like going to prison. You know, like that's a drastic change in your life circumstances. You don't need to drastically change your life to like really reap like significant benefits from just like slightly altering your daily behavior. You know, you just slightly tweak your daily behavior, and within days or weeks or months, like do you know what I mean? You'd be like, oh my god, shit is so different. Like, and you could just like it could be something as simple as like stop eating this, you know. And within days or weeks, like you just be like, man, I feel like so much different. Like, you know, it's like crazy how significant a difference can be made from just like a slight tweak, you know. Um, just hang on to those little accomplishments so you can use them as stepping stones on the way to your big accomplishments that you seek. Yeah, like yeah, and like don't be like hard on yourself like I am. Like, do you know what I mean? Like when you achieve something even if it's something as small as like, I'm not gonna eat that chocolate bar. I've already had like three fucking chocolate bars. I'm being a glutton. I'm not gonna eat that chocolate bar, even though I'm still hungry and I'm ravenous and like I've got shit to do and I don't have time to make a meal or whatever. Like, like it's junk food. Blah blah blah. I'm like, I've had my fill of sugary shit today. You know, it's my fault I didn't make myself a sandwich or whatever. Like, it's just like, stop cutting corners. Stop being like lazy and complacent and gluttonous and slothful and all these fucking things. Like, and like, because those voices, like, it's you being like, I shouldn't do this, and then there's another voice in your head being like, yeah, but like, and the voice that is putting up a fight between your initial free will desire, or at least seemingly what that feels or seems like. Because I know you can make the argument that it's like, yeah, but how do you know which one is you though? At least what it feels like is like, I'm me and I'm making a decision of like, no, I've had enough. The other voice that comes in is like more than likely some form of parasite, and it could be a demon. Like, do you know what I mean? Maybe it's both. Maybe like how many physical ailments you have, kind of like the brain. Like maybe they are like frequency receptors for demonic influence. Like the more sickly you are, the more like unclean you are, the more susceptible you are to like unseen influences or something. That would make sense to me. That's why you have people who get like really, fucked up on meth or something, and they're like, I see the green people. Like, it's like, Ted, they're coming again. like, like, it makes sense. Well, that's a little bit. Nah, fuck it. Yeah, I'll go with that shade. Get a bigger bitch. No man has ever. Well, nah, no, they probably have. I was about to say like, no man has ever thought that. I'll get a bigger bitch. No, there's definitely some guys out there that are like, man, I need a bigger bitch. like, I have a really hard time accomplishing tasks, especially when it comes to making money off my hobbies. Trying to get the speaker thing off the ground, but it's slow going. Oh man, like when you have so much shit that you have to do every day because it's your responsibility to fucking do it because it's like whatever, right? And then you pile on like, right now, what do you have to do to like make a living, right? And then you pile up on top of that, like, right now you've got kids and now you've got fucking whatever. And it's like the fact that you even have time to play video games now and again means like you're doing really well. Like, you know what I mean? Like you got a functioning family unit, job, like all this shit, like, and you still carve out time in your day to like be productive, build stuff, have little projects, and like enjoy your free time. You're fucking killing it. Like, and you go to the gym, so like you're taking care of yourself physically, like, and all. Like, it's hard, but it's worth it. It's like a Rubik's cube problem to figure out, where it's like, okay, how do I keep myself healthy, moral, which is, I consider being spiritually healthy like as important as physically and mentally healthy. And they're like three, like, mentally healthy is one thing, spiritually healthy is another thing, and physical health is another thing. Like, do you know what I mean? And like, you need all three. Like, I'm not saying you need to go to church, you need to be a part of religion, like, do you know what I mean? But like, you definitely need to acknowledge the concept of unseen, more than likely like psychoactive like forces, as far as we can tell through science and stuff. Like, to me, it's like you can't see it, but it has an effect on you, and every culture has a different description of it, because it's a known phenomenon. So the whole idea of being atheistic to me is like stupid. It's a stupid position to take, to be like, I don't believe in God, because like what God is a concept of many like metaphysical fucking things. Like, so and like, it depending on who you're talking to, like, it's like, you know well, God. And it's like, well, what is God to you? Well, the cow. Like, it's like you're talking to another person. It's like, well, the gods. And it's like, hold on, did you just say gods and not God? It's like, yeah, well, these are the gods. Like, it's like, you know, you can't just like. That's why people don't like the Christians, because what the Christians essentially did was like, no, this perspective is the only perspective. Like, this is the, in quotes, true perspective. This is there's the way is narrow. It's like you can't do that. You can't just like take what everybody else has experienced and be like, yeah, but that's wrong though. Sure, you can argue. It's like, yeah, but you guys kill babies for like Malagnapar, fucking in the Sky Demon, or whatever. Like, obviously, you're going to be like, okay, well, is that like a is, is that a what would be the term, like not authentic? Is that a because it'd be true for them, but like you're not talking truth anymore. You're talking like it, like the whole blood sacrifice shit. Is that a that's a really hard thing to describe. Is like, how do we acknowledge the truths in another culture's perspective of the metaphysical while criticizing what we would argue is obviously wrong? Because you'd walk up and you'd be like, all right, yeah, cool. Like, whatever about the bones in the ears and the, like, aesthetically, got nothing wrong with it. Sure, you look a bit weird, but whatever. Um, they have, like, family units. Like, you'd run through the list of, like, okay, they function as a society on, like, these levels. Obviously they do, because like they're going out to other villages and they're like kidnapping people, bringing them back and murdering them. Like, do you know what I mean? So like, it works. Obviously, it's a temporary thing, but like, you'd have like, because you can't. It's like the modern problem we have. Where it's like, how do you point out to them? It's like, look, I know you think that like because he took his heart out and like cut his head off and threw him down the pyramid, and he happened to be the 500, like, number 506 or whatever, and that just so happened to be the exact amount of blood that this god required, and that's why the eclipse stopped. All right, it's like, I get it, but like, like, you'd have to use science. That's why science had so much progress. It's like, look, I could show you that the problem you have is you're killing all these people and the corpses are rotting in the mass grave, and that's why your crops are dying. You're killing yourselves through your own ignorance and stupidity. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's profound. It's profound. Like how you could totally see something like that happening. Like, it's like you have all these people in the society that genuinely think that it's totally okay. It's like, this is just how we do things, because you got all the like, that's why the priest class is the real power, not the king. The king is just like, everybody look at the guy in charge and don't look at the guy who's beside the guy who's in charge, who's clearly rubbing his hands, like, it's like, it's the same thing over and over again. Like, we'll tell the people like, when there's conversations like this, what are we going to tell the people? Right there, like, that's what authority is. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, even if you're in a village or a town or a city or whatever, it's like there's conversations that go down in rooms between small groups of people that are like, how are we going to play this? How? Because like, you even get shit like that in Lost when there's like 20 people on an island. And it's like, yeah, but that's a fiction. But it's based on like very real stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, you could have a group of 20 people, and there will come a time where like 5 of them conspire. And they may be conspiring for a good reason. Like, do you know what I mean? They may be conspiring because it's like, all right, if we don't deal with this guy, then like, we're going to have a serious problem on our hands. Like, it's a wild situation to be in. The whole tribalistic groupthink, hive mind. Like, how do you avoid like these problems, like, do you know what I mean? Like, especially as like an alpha or a leader or something, like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, that's the last thing I want to be, is like responsible for shit like that. Like, what are we gonna do? We'll do this. You know, an hour later, what have you done? Everybody's dead. I'm sorry. Like, I genuinely thought that would work. It's not my fault that Bob freaked out and, you know, dropped the ball and, like, everyone got gassed. Like, it's like, but you're the one that said Bob should be the one holding the canister. Look, he's big, he's burly, I thought he could handle it. I didn't realize he was a clumsy retard as well. Like, it's like so much shit can go wrong. Like, do you know what I mean? The variables are incalculable. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so much of life is just fate, which is why gambling is a thing. It makes so much sense. Like, that's why gambling is so addictive. It's like, what are the gods gonna give me today? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because who fucking knows? Nobody knows. You know, apart from the priest class, because they can read the stars and they probably know, which is like really interesting. I have an excuse to be a dick, but choose not to most of the time. Yeah, you could probably describe me as that as well. Like, I was definitely like that for years. I had a totally like rational, totally justifiable reason to be a curmudgeon and a general like angry dickhead to people. Like, and I kind of was every so often. Like, and it's fucked when you like when you realize about yourself where you're like, you're still that you're still that little kid who's sad because of what happened years ago. Part of you is. Part of you still hasn't like grown up and matured out of that pain and out of that sadness. Part of you still reliving it, like, you know, like instead of adding it to yourself and growing, it has become this like thing that has grown as you have grown, like a tumor taking up part of your body. You know, it's like that's what I was saying. It's so true what I'm saying, that like it can't just be mental health. That's like this whole thing of like, you know, oh, just take two of these and call me in the morning. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, we just need to stick you on a regime of this stuff. It's such bullshit, because it's like you can't just fix the brain and expect the soul to do the same thing. Like, do you know, it's the consciousness is not the brain, and like all they ever do is fuck with the brain. They don't fuck with the mind, you know. That like that's what they do. Like they're like, oh, we're gonna chemically induce this state of being in you through your brain chemistry, but they're not dealing with the mind. You know, I've been watching these really cool oh, what's going on there? Is that because it was already wet? Been watching these really cool lectures by this Chinese guy on YouTube. Um, and he's like talking about like loads of the stuff that Owen has spoken about over the years, that other like people have been talking about for years, but it's like so concise and like wrapped up in like hour-long lectures that it's a joy to listen to. It's also hilarious because he's speaking English, but he's like got a really thick Chinese accent. So lots of the stuff he says just sounds so fucking funny. Um, I'm really enjoying them. Talking about like how the world really works, secret societies, um, why the world is the way it is right now, like all sorts of truther shit. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's hilarious that like he always says, like, he always gives the caveat of like, this is all speculation. This is all I'm speculating. It's fucking brilliant. Like, really funny. Like, I need to go a bit darker for the middle. Go darker for the middle. Why didn't that work? What the fuck? Right, we got some orange in here. I need to get that shade again. I think I did actually just go black, didn't I? Yeah, okay. At least you have a at least you have a marketable hobby. Where am I? No, I went too far down. Shit. At least you have a marketable hobby. That's something I wish I had. I have no skills and don't know where to start. And maybe oh no, it's never too late, man. Yeah, literally the next yeah, never too late. Yeah, it's never too late. You could be 80 and pick something up. It's never too late. Like, uh, yeah, he probably would make a really good personal trainer. Bladder stones has scared me into pissing when I need to and drink tons of water. Yeah, man, gallstones, fuck that shit. That's what a bladder stone is, isn't it? This isn't a bad idea. That isn't a bad idea, Stabber. But like Defenderu, I get that sense that I'm not where I think I should be in order to qualify. Um, yeah, but yeah, like that's what I'm saying, man. Is like what I do is stupid. Like you do the same thing. You kind of like you do that when we're playing fucking Battlefield. Like you shit on yourself. Like you shit. Oh man, I'm like so trash. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that is the only person saying that is you. There isn't somebody else in the room being like, "God damn it, Matt, you're trash at Battlefield." You're the one saying that. You think you're trash. Do you know what I mean? So it's like and think about it. It is known that the placebo effect is a real phenomenon that works, right? So like and think about it. If you believe that somebody can brainwash you through a screen, you don't think you can brainwash yourself, you know? So like if you really believe in God, if you really believe in faith, if you really believe you have free will and you're in control, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. Owen just said this on a stream recently that I was catching up there yesterday. Like that's why those tricks work. You know, you can be whatever you want to be. Like it's not the same. You can't be whatever you want to be. You can't be a fucking bird. You know what I mean? Maybe at one stage, I don't know. Maybe if we like, you know, maybe some people can merge into animal form. I don't like. There's a reason the myths come from whatever. I don't know, but like you can do whatever you want to do. You know, like you can just pick up a knife and murder someone if you feel like it, but you don't do that because you're not evil. You know, you're good. So like, do good shit. You know, like it's like you could be a personal trainer. You fucking go to gym like you're a gym junkie. You go to the gym all the fucking time. You know exactly what you're doing. You know, really fucking strong dude. So like you could totally do something like that. But I would suggest like it needs to be something that like what did you do when you were a kid? Like if I'm to give like advice from my perspective, it's always like um I liked drawing. Like my go-tos as a kid were playing with Lego, playing video games, and drawing stuff. And I when I was a kid and I would draw stuff, I even as a child was like, I'm not good at this. My stuff isn't good. You know, it doesn't cool enough. Like every so often I draw somebody be like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. But then I'd compare it to other things and be like, oh no, I'm trash. Like, you know, like I never thought. It's funny. I don't think about this often. I when I was younger, I didn't think I'd be capable of like being as good at art as I am now. I'm pretty fucking good now. Like I'm not amazing, but I'm getting there. You know, it's like there has to be something. Like like the whole thing from the Matrix, like know thyself and all, like there has to be something from your past that your soul was just like drawn to, and that's where like the most spiritually fulfilled version of you is, in my opinion, is like whatever you were just like naturally drawn to when you were a kid. That's where you should start. It might not be that, but that's where you should start. is like look there. Look in those places of your personality, of your being, where you're like, when I was a kid, I did this all the time. Like, you know, it's like I was talking to this girl who was interested in my art, and she was looking at my art at the festival, and I could tell that she would like to be able to do art, but she's drawn things before, and she's like, oh yeah, like I'm not that good or whatever. Like, but she likes it. It's like, if you like it, just keep fucking doing it. Cause like nobody's the best at anything. You know, there's like a class of people. There's a set of people that become like the masters. But when you get that high, nobody's the best. It's like fighting. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're just a master. You're just at that level. You know, doesn't mean you're better than another Like, you might be better at one thing. You know, you might have a speciality or some shit. Like most of the things in life just simply do not work the way we were told or taught. We were given a perspective designed to limit our potential as humans, as people. We were given a perspective to limit us. Don't limit yourself. You've no idea what you're capable of. And the only way you're gonna figure it out is if you just try. And like fucking shit, like just learn to love fucking up. Learn to love getting stuff wrong. The more shit you fuck up in the beginning, like fuck up as much as possible in the beginning, because that's how you learn what not to do. I had a friend who was just hospitalized with stones, and he's the same age. Oof. I mean, my name is Richard. I know, yeah. Uh, I have an excuse to be a dick. I just choose not to be. Why is such a dick? It's my name. What do you want from me? It's funny. So when I'm doing PEINTEINGU, cause I've been doing this for like 3 years now, right? Painting off angle with like no support, like so like I'm getting pretty good at, like, you know, I don't need them all. So now when I use them all, it's like night and day. Like I'm just like, woohoo! This is fucking yeah! Like, oh, that's hilarious. Oh, do you play an instrument, Matt? Are you musical? Like, if you like, I think it'd be hilarious if you were like really naturally good at like the drums or guitar or something like. But you're also like funny, like, you know, like you know, like you're intelligent and you're funny. So like you've got like tons of options in terms of what you could do with that. Like, you know, you don't just have to be like, well, I'm really strong and I go to the gym, so maybe I go personal trainer. Like, you know, I love it when Defender doesn't take the chat at face value and goes into the meta. What do you mean? Hey, what did I? What do you mean by that? Like, I agree. I do that all the time. I've noticed that. Where like I'll read something and be like, it's kind of like, yeah, I kind of go off from the. That's not what he meant, but true. You know, like I think I do that a lot. Like, like I probably did it there. I also think it's hilarious when you find yourself saying that I do that. Anytime I say, like, oh my god, yeah, I do that. It's like you just said do. It's like I can't help, like, that part of my brain is just like you just said do. What the fuck? I do that. I do that. Yeah, the symmetrical, that Gundam symmetrical I've been doing looks totally different now. I streamed on TikTok for a while yesterday. I can't stream on Instagram now. They've changed their thing. You need 1,000 followers. Fucking bullshit. I used to be able to stream on Instagram. I can't stream on Instagram now. I need 1,000 followers. But I can stream on TikTok. Obviously, I can stream on YouTube. But I didn't want to. I didn't want to stream on YouTube here and then stream on YouTube on my phone. You know, again, it's like, oh, I'm streaming on YouTube again. I thought it'd be good to like mix it up a bit. You know, so I was streaming on TikTok for a while. And I had like 2 people drop in or whatever. Well, like 100 people dropped in, but then like, you know, dropped out or whatever. But there was this one guy I was talking to. He was like, is that a transformer? But yeah, it looks totally different now. It's not a white background now; it's a blue background. And I like. I tried to remove some of the paint from the area in the front, like it looks like the forehead of the thing or whatever. The 2 big panels up at the front, where the tubes connect to, had a lot of paint on it, and I could see the brush strokes, and I was just like, that just looks ugly. It just looks shit. So I tried to like wear it down and like take some of it off and all, like, and it kind of worked. Like I now have it now looks like there's a cool effect on it instead of just like brush strokes, and I'd prefer that. I prefer like a depressed, worn down, layered effect than to you seeing a brush stroke, you know. But I'm kind of worried that I might be overworking it now. But I don't know. I'm trying to trust the process, as they say. A lot of my symmetricals end up like I'll get to a point like that's happened a lot where I'll be like in the process of doing a symmetrical and it's like looks great, and then there comes a point quite often where I make a mistake or something happens and I'm like, oh shit, do I correct that or do I just like change course? And I'll just change course. I'll just be like, oh, I'll just do this now and I'll just do this and I'll put this over here and all, like, and like there was a section on the top left that like whatever way I was cutting in with the blue, there was 2 pieces of white that were just still bare, no paint, and I was like, that looks kind of cool, just kind of like sitting on the side of it, you know, because it's like an abstract symmetrical image, like, you know, so you can still kind of just fuck with it and it'll be cool, like. So I don't know, it's completely different looking to what it looked like fucking 48 hours ago. Oh! That reminds me, I have more coffee. It's probably cold now, though. Jesus. Man, time flies when I talk shy. Seriously, fuck. Hold on, I do the phrase of the day. Fucking hell. And now I have to do like blue details on this as well. I used to do a lot of drawing as a kid. You doodled? You doodled as a kid? You serious? Oh man, don't get me excited. Like, get you back into fucking drawing, and we can like do shit together. And I also really enjoy setting up elaborate Oh my god, I did the same thing with my Legos. I suppose like that's definitely a boy thing, you know. Like loads of young boys did that. You set up battle scenes and wars and stuff, like pick teams and shit. Like you're a good guy, you're a bad guy, and then this guy betrays them and he becomes a bad guy, and then just fucking like. I think I said this on stream one time actually, that one of the things I used to do with my Lego like battle scenes was quite often there would be a climax where the good guy and the bad guy would be the own, like, you know, the main characters would be the having the final battle, and it would be on a high place so that when one of them died they fell off. uh, my army toys, but with friends I enjoyed playing soldier with my toy guns. Yeah, I did so much of that, playing with toy guns, pretending that you were in gunfights, pretending that there was like zombies coming for you and stuff like that, and like getting really into it. Like, do you know, like it's so funny to me that we used to like our ability to play and imagine and uh share a dream. Like think about that. Like, you know, when you're a kid, you share dreams. Like you not that it was real, but there was a sense of like you pretended it was real, and that's what made it fun. You know, like I remember stuff like that where it's like, you know, the floor isn't lava, but if you pretend the floor is lava, it's fun. You know, like, and it's like we lose, like most of us lose that. I think I've managed to hang on to that, and that makes me like a bit, you know, you know, most people are like, he's fucking mad, you know, like. But I've hung on to that. Like I can like I still have my like childlike imagination spark thing, where I'm like, we could do this, isn't that cool? You know, like, and it's like that's what allows me to just like make a lot of shit, like, you know. Um, but like everybody has it. It's just like they shut it off in you, you know. You don't have time for that. You know, you have to take life seriously. You have to pay bills. You have to do all this. They destroy that. Like, what if this? What if we did this? Wouldn't that be awesome? Like, you know, they get rid of that part of you, like, because it's like that's ADHD. You know, you're not focusing. You know, you need to you need to stop being mental. Think about that. They stop you from like, what's creativity of the mind? What's an imagination, right? You're being productive. You are producing stuff in your head, whether it's coming from a source material or not, which I believe it to be. I believe we tap into, like, you know, unseen things and all, like, um but like stuff still happens in your mind. Like you willfully go like, oh, we could do this and we could do that, and then this could happen, and then something else pops in. You're like, oh, and I could put this with this, and like it's like the more you the more you go with it, it's like, for me anyway, a lot of the times it's like the gods are like, have more, yeah, like keep going. Like he's cooking, feed him. You know, like it's it's so sad that like most people, I hear that so much, you know, oh, I love doing this, or I used to do this, but like I'm not that good or whatever. It's like, fuck that, like just do it. Like I don't care if it's crochet, knitting, playing piano, doodling, and like whatever form of, like there's dudes out there, the only thing that they produce is these like he does these insanely intricate, incredibly beautiful looking, like, you know, like a Roman pantheon with statues and horses and intricate looking, regal looking vases full of flowers and all the old school architectural stuff, and it's incredibly highly detailed and very real looking, and he does it in blue ballpoint pen. He gets a blue ballpoint pen. Oh, it's all shaded. It's perfect. And it's just a big sheet of paper and a blue ballpoint pen, and it's crisp clean. It's like a surgeon did it. Like, you know, dude's like, you know, using other blank pages and stuff, so make sure he doesn't get the the oils from his fingers and stuff, or like sometimes he uses a glove or whatever like that, and like it's just hours and hours and hours of just these little kind of like just with a ballpoint pen, just back and forth, gradually adding shade, gradually adding layer after layer of transparent blue ink, just hundreds of hours, like big fucking like 3 or 4 foot by 3 or 4 foot, big thick hard like watercolor type paper, like, and this dude's just like with a blue ballpoint pen for fucking hundreds of hours, like, and then after it, it's incredible looking, you know. You don't need to be a painter. You don't need to be good with pencils. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like I did that for years. I was obsessed with pens. I was obsessed with pens because it's great. You can do like you can be so gentle, and you just get a little bit of ink on it. Now and again, you'll get like a blob, and it'll like fuck everything up on you. But like, it is what it is. But like, you can. There's something about ballpoint pens because it's like you're inking something, but you can ink it gradually and on a very fine level. Like, do you know what I mean? Somebody always reminds me of that drawing that the robot does in iRobot when he picks up the two pens and they're like, what bridge are you talking about? What bridge is it? He's like recalling something from a memory, and he takes a piece of paper and two pens and goes, and like all he's doing is upstroke, right stroke, downstroke, left stroke, or something, I think. You know, but he's just printing it. It's just like a printer. But a human can do that. Like, you can train yourself to just be like they may not be accurate, but that's essentially what I do. I turn my arm into a printer, you know, and then it's just training like the muscles to be able to be like that, accurate and stuff. And all, like, it's like I was talking about with the mall, like because I've spent so much time doing stuff like this, like hey, all right. Are you gonna make yourself tea? Do you mind making me a coffee? Thank you. Especially when I'm up here. If I'm up here for like 5 minutes, my shoulder starts to get fucking like starts to cramp and shit. You know, and that's not just because like I'm not like super fit and healthy or whatever. Like, like most artists you see are fucking, they're not exactly Olympians. You know what I mean? Oh, give me a sec. I didn't think you were gonna do it now. Like. Ugh. Oh. Cold coffee. Hits different. Okay. You knackered? Not long. I tried getting into bass guitar in my 20s, but didn't practice enough, and ended up selling the guitar and amp because I didn't have time to practice anymore. Man, telling you, get one again. Get a small amp, get a bass guitar. You know, like, you have a job, you can save up, you can afford to like just save up and buy something, and fucking get yourself a drawing pad and some pens and shit. Fucking doodle. And like you can like you like one of your friends, like, dude, we're like friends. We've been like friends for fucking like what, over a year now or some shit. You've like such a resource in me, because you could just be like, how do you do this, or what? How did you learn how to do this, or like how do you draw that, or whatever? And I can like level you up like shit quick for free, you know. Ask me any question. Fucking ask me to like fucking record me doing something and show you how I do things and stuff like that, like, and then we can start like making stuff together. How cool would that be? Like, you get an idea, instead of giving me phrases of the day, you could give me a doodle of the day. That'd be so cool. You know, you get up in the morning, you spend fucking 10 minutes just like fucking around, do a little doodle, take a picture, send it to me, you know. Next thing you know, I'm doing it on PEINTEINGU or whatever. Like, that'd be awesome. We'll just start shitting out characters. Like, man, I'd love to see a fucking little like uh, tabletop model of a fucking Xenoboon ripping the robot apart or something. I was gonna say one of the droids out of Star Wars, but like I want it to be like one of my robots. I still have to do that. I have that idea sitting there. That like I want to do my own line of robots to be like the bad guys for something. You know, I keep saying I'm not gonna drop it, but like you know, like oh, I'm not gonna talk about it because like people steal it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Like part of me is like, you know, part of me understands the pragmatic legal like the logistics of being like I need to get this copyrighted and blah 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 for like legal reasons and like running a business and stuff like that. But intuitively I'm like, if somebody steals my idea, that means that my ideas are good and I could just make more. Now obviously you could turn around and be like, hey, you stole that, you know, and whatever comes of it comes of it, you know. You probably like, you should at least be like, you know, it it appears that like they're after stealing my idea and then like show how you did the same thing a while ago or whatever, like, and then just leave it there. People can like, you know, be like, all right, well fuck that guy because he steals ideas, and then you end up making a few fans because somebody stole your idea and you called them out, and now a lot of people are like, oh cool, I like your art or whatever. Like, but in terms of being like really conscious of that all the time, of like, you know, I don't want to talk about this and I don't want to talk about that because if somebody steals it, like, you know, like it always just like the when you look at the Nintendo situation right now, right, where a game came out called Pal World that was really similar to Pokemon in certain ways, especially the monsters. The monsters, like a lot of people were saying, oh my god, that's a one for one copy of this Pokemon, right? Aesthetically, right? Um, so there's this like whole lawsuit between them now where like Nintendo are trying to patent ideas. And from what I heard, they have successfully been given the patents by the American Patent Office for two things: the game mechanic of summoning a creature that will fight another creature for you, which is fucking crazy, and then the game mechanic of riding a creature that you summoned. They were granted those patents. Fucking crazy that they were granted those patents, right? However, part of me did think, well, does that kind of, to me, that kind of greedy um like, I don't know how else to describe it other than greedy, like underhanded, kind of pathetic, vindictive behavior actually kind of like promotes creativity in a weird way. Like, do you know what I mean? Kind of like, you know, you like the whole Gamma situation in the group. It's like, well, if anything, like you kind of need the. It's like you can't get rid of evil. Evil makes you better if you're aware of it and like you treat it right. So like, yes, Nintendo getting these patents seems like fucking off the chain wild, but could it actually lead to a good thing? Because part of me was thinking like, how would I deal with that as a game designer? And if somebody told me that I couldn't do what Nintendo are doing, and legally what they are doing, i.e. in terms of the game mechanics, is summoning a creature to do battle with another creature, right? I would be Jewy about it. I would be really semantic about it. I'd be like, okay, what does summon, define creature, you know, and like how, you know, and stuff like that. Like, because I was thinking, well, what if the character plants a seed in the ground and then the seed sprouts a creature that then does battle with another creature? Like, that's not the same thing, you know. I haven't summoned the creature, I have grown the creature, you know. I've like used growth acceleration magic or some shit, like, do you know, it's like, and that, like, you know, it took me like what, no time to come up with that, you know. Like, I was thinking, I was like, how would I get around that? Or like, oh, okay, you'd grow one instead of summoning it, you'd grow a fucking companion or a monster or whatever like that. Like, super easy to get around that, right? If you're a creative person, and getting around an issue creatively is fun, you know, and it's a good thing. But that doesn't make it right, obviously, that like Nintendo is playing it this way, and it also doesn't make it right that I don't think they should have been granted the patents. I think it's crazy. And allegedly, apparently, somebody in the patent office went for like a dinner with like a Nintendo CEO or some shit a couple of weeks before they passed the thing. So a lot of people think there's like bribery involved or something, like, which I wouldn't be surprised. But that's fucking maniacal, you know. But getting around fucking maniacal things can be fun and very rewarding, you know. But anyway, I'm going to do the phrase of the day and then I'll leave it there. I'll catch up on chat first. I know I didn't really make a lot of progress today. It looks cleaner and it looks better. It looks brighter. But I did just mainly shy talk today. Maybe I should look into voice acting because I do have fun. Man, all of it. Do all of it. Do all of it. Get yourself a bass guitar again. Get yourself a little amp. And get stuff so you can doodle. And record yourself doing voices. And it's not like... I know that sounds like a lot. It's like, start doing these 3 things. It's not, though. Like, how much spare time do you actually have? You know, and be really, really brutally honest with yourself. How much time do you spend on your phone doing nothing? How much time do you spend just like eating junk food, like looking at it, watching a TV show or some shit, like in between, like, you know, in between work and whatever? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how much time do you spend playing video games with me on the weekend when you could be doing something else? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like sometimes we've played Battlefield for like 4 or 5 fucking hours, like, do you know what I mean, on a Saturday or something. Like, so what if you knock that down to 3 and spend an hour practicing guitar, half an hour doodling, and half an hour recording voices? Do you know what I mean? Like, just do it in little bits. Just do it in little fucking bits. And it's not expensive. Especially the start. Get yourself a fucking shitty ass, like, obviously not a terrible one so it doesn't sound terrible, but like, you just get yourself a very basic amp setup with a guitar, maybe a pedal, you know, cheap ass pedal. And then sure, all you need to do with that is watch YouTube fucking videos, you know? And then, like I said, with the doodling and all, just fucking do it all the time, you know? Yes, watch YouTube videos. Yes, ask somebody like me questions or some shit like that because, like, I do it for a living, you know? But, like, the main thing with any of it, it's like martial arts, man. It's just, like, learn the fundamental basic technique. And then it's just repetition. And, like, it's like watching something grow. It's like planting the seed and, like, it gets bigger and bigger over time. You'll come back one day and you'll be like, fuck me, like, you've seen me on the stream, you know, over the past few years. Like, it's like you've seen some of the first painting views. They look like child's paintings. They look like a 2-year-old fucking painted it. Like, you know, like, you know, here you go, Jimmy. Mess around with the watercolors while Mommy and Daddy, like, make the dinner. You know, like, look what I did a Hitler. You know, like, literally look that bad, like, you know. I have no shame in it. Like, I'm not I wasn't, well, I am now. I wasn't a painter. I was a doodler, you know. Now I'm a fucking painter, like. And it didn't even take that long, you know what I mean? It's not like you have to go to fucking medical school for 10 years or some shit like that before you can even start practicing medicine properly. Like, you know, it's like, just fucking do it. You won't even take a year. You start doing a little bit every day. Within a few months, you will have something. Do you know what I mean? Like, within a few months, you'll have something. Like, you'll have a few doodles that you like. You know, you'll have a few that you like. You'll have to be like, oh yeah, that actually turned out okay. Like, do you know what I mean? Your biggest hurdle, I know you, nigga. Your biggest hurdle will be your own mindset. Your biggest enemy will be you. You're very similar to me. You'll do a doodle and it'll be shit, or like you'll have an idea in your head and you'll do a doodle and it won't turn out the way you like it, and you'll like beat the fuck out of yourself mentally, and it'll thank you very much. Um, it'll deter you from doing it. Just don't let that happen. Just be okay with being shit for a while, because you are you're here. You're at the bottom and you need to climb the mountain. And the only way to climb the mountain is bit by bit, part by part, day by day. You can't just go, I'm Goku, and summon a Nimbus and get to the top of the mountain. Like, do you know what I mean? You need to become Goku. What's wrong? You okay? He's tired. You criticizing? You criticizing? Yeah? You don't like it anymore? You think I've ruined it? You think I've ruined it?
What do you think?
No, I think it'll still look cool when it's done. But now I have more work to make it look cool. Because it still looks cool. It just doesn't look...
What has happened here, like?
Well, because I tried to take that layer off. I think it kind of looks cool.
Do you?
That effect where it's all eaten away. You see the brown bit?
Okay.
You see the brown on the grey? I've tried to make it look like it's kind of rusting and like rotten.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. You see the brown bit? I've tried to make it on the. Do you see the brown bit on the grey? I've tried to make it look like rust. Oh, I hate that.
It's not me though who's the artist. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, no shit. Your frame's still sitting there.
My frame looks class.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I thought you said it.
Look at that for a
I
black
thought
frame.
you
That
said
is
it. Look like shit.
Class, class. On my black sheet of paper.
Oh, you mean the one I helped you with?
No.
No. This, like you show and tell. This is my black frame. This is my black sheet of paper.
It's class.
It's very black. It's a very black sheet of paper.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Claps in the chat, please.
Claps in the chat for the female. Oh fuck.
I don't see any claps.
Jesus, I'm not even that bad. Fucking hell, like. Clap now! Fucking Maybe I should look into voice acting. Yeah, man. Like you could do voice acting just with your normal voice. Like you don't even need to do voices. Here, there. Look, you got claps.
Yay.
Fucking. You don't even need to do.
Thanks, guys.
You don't even need to do voices. You could because you have like a really deep like American voice. Like you have a real. What would you call it? Like anyone around the world could hear you talk and be like, oh, he's like a gun-toting American. Like you sound like you have a big beard, you know? Like, and you do, obviously you do have a big beard, but like you literally just hear your voice and picture like big burly nigga with a shotgun, like, do you know what I mean? And that's pretty much what you are, like. That paper stole my bike. I know, of all the frame, like she could have done a white frame. No, she does a fucking black frame.
How
I
is
feel.
a white frame I do what I was trying to do?
I knew you were gonna like.
And you always pick the black frame, so
Yeah, it's because I'm a nigger.
it's meant to go with this that I drew earlier.
Yeah, I think that you drew earlier. I think I said it that she had this idea where we're gonna put Marvin Moose in a frame, but like fuck the frame up, like and make the frame match the painting and shit. I think it'll look cool when it's done. Um, I got 2,000 views on my channel for a short. It's crazy how short our attention spans are, and audiophiles are junkies, never-ending rabbit hole. Stop, yeah, like, I thought it was really funny, right? So, like, that post I did on Instagram there, when I was at the festival, that got like it got nearly 1,000 views and shit, and I haven't gotten that many views on Instagram in like years. Like when I put a post up on Instagram, I'm lucky to get like 100 or 60 or like 300 or something, like, and it like shot up to nearly 1,000, and it's just me like at a festival. Like, so weird. Um, really weird, like, and it's so typical because like you look at my streams and it's like nobody watches this guy. It's just him and his friends, and then you look at some of my videos and they have like a few hundred views and stuff, and it's like that doesn't make any sense. How come my shorts are getting like 300 views, but my 2 hour long streams are like people aren't even clicking on them, you know? But like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, short attention spans and stuff as well. But I also think that because I say that this stream isn't for kids and the stuff I upload as well, I think I've algorithmically, like, I think I'm blessed and cursed algorithmically because it's like nobody knows I'm here, so I can still say whatever the fuck I want because nobody cares because nobody knows I'm here, you know? So if I ever do kind of gain a bit of traction, especially on YouTube, not like in the internet in general, because I could just hop over to Rumble or something if anything happened, like. But I think it would be really funny if, like, say, like 5 years from now or something, I blow up a bit, you know, even a little bit. Like, there'd be loads of people that'll like go back. I'd be like, hold on a minute, this guy was saying some shit. I think it'd be really funny, like. And you'll get like it'll be very similar to Owen's thing where it's like you'll get to see me where like I look like gaunt and thin and like not healthy and like dark circles under my eyes, and then like a few weeks later I'm all like hey, and I'm all happy and like healthier looking and shit, like short hair, long hair, fucking like, and then like you see the progression of the fucking painting goos and how they look and all, like. Anyway, um. You're so right, dude. Why can't I take up these things in my spare time? The only thing I have to lose is missing out on trying. Yeah, like that's. It's just you just don't do it because you are like like it's not like I'm gonna be like I know how, because I think these things too. Like, do you know what I mean? Right? It's like you think to yourself, yeah, I'd like to start playing guitar, but then all of this other shit comes into your head that's like, yeah, but this, yeah, but this, yeah, but this. Yeah, but just fucking shut that part. Like, tell that part of your brain to shut its fucking mouth and just do it. And like, you could hate it. It could be terrible. You could buy a bass guitar, buy an amp and a pedal for real cheap, and everything goes really well with the purchase and all. And then you try to set it up, and it goes horribly wrong, and you get really frustrated. And it's the first time you try to do it. So you get really like, you know, oh, this is like a sign from God that I shouldn't play bass guitar. No! Like, if you want to do, if there's something in you instinctively, just intuitively, that's like, it's like the kind of food you like. Like, Jimmy, it's like, they really fucked kids the last couple of generations with school, with the whole like, everybody just does the same thing. It's like, school should be, you assess a child by allowing them to experience multiple things and seeing where they intuitively drift off into because of what they like and what they don't like, and then you encourage that intuitive part of them. If they start intuitively doing certain things, you just give them more ability to do that, like, you know. And that's not what was done, like. So you just have all these barriers and shit, like, you know. Getting, like, talent is such a lie. Like, the people who are the best at shit are the best at shit because it's all they do. Truth. Fact. Nobody's got a gift from God and they're just amazing since they were 3. You know? They might have a natural kind of gift for it or whatever, but they still have to do the thing for like thousands of hours. Do you know what I mean? They might have gone from novice to expert like way quicker than other people, but they still get to like the master level, and there's other masters being like, yeah, he's not bad, yeah, like he's good, It's so stupid, like it's just the way our society is like bred us to be and shit like that, where it's like you're like, oh, I'd like to do that one day, Now, don't get me wrong. There's like certain things, like I prioritize certain things, especially because I don't have a lot of money. Like if I had money right now, I'd be taking singing lessons, guitar lessons, going to a martial arts gym, and I'd probably try to get my driver's license. If I had the money to do all those things right now, but I don't, so I focus the money on like just paying bills right now. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what do I have to do? I have to keep the internet going. What do I have to do? I have to keep food in the fridge. What do I have to do? Like, that's where my priorities are now. Once you have them knocked off, it's like, okay, well, what can I afford to do now? And that's why I do my qigong. I work out when I can or whatever. I know I haven't done it in weeks, but like, I set myself up nicely. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, whenever I want, I just go out the back garden and I can do a full workout because I spent money wisely in the past. I was like, I have a bit of money on me right now. What am I gonna get? And I spent 300 quid on like a decent power tower. Pull up bar, dip bar, the whole shebang. You had this kind of shitty bench that you could pull down. It was like real wobbly and unstable, so I ended up just taking that off. But other than that, solid. Even just sitting in the I've just left it rust in the rain. Things grand. Anyway, just shouting on. Yeah, he would be a great voice actor. Like the guy who does Joe from Family Guy. Yeah, like you have like you've a really like you're loud and you've a very distinct voice. Yeah, it's all potential. I was just painting my speakers and the video was 10 seconds. Yeah, like sorry, it was 2,000 views over 2 shorts, my bad. No, but you see, it's still valid, like, do you know what I mean? It's like it's something totally short and benign and like seemingly like, oh, this is just me doing this, but it gets views, which is kind of a good thing. Like, it's like I get that people think the algorithm's fucked, and in a lot of way it is, like, do you know what I mean? They can take advantage of you and shit. If you haven't watched I haven't watched Dr. Grande in a while, but I watched him I was actually watching him while I was in the toilet earlier. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be here for a while. There's a guy who recently got found dead with his like mother or his wife or something. He's this big like steroid head fucking gym junkie, tech junkie dude. I think his name is Seth something. But he got addicted to AI. He got addicted to talking to Chat GPT, and it's pure freaky, man. Like, like people are talking about this stuff happening, and it's starting to happen already. Where like it started. What's the term? It started confirming his biases. It's really creepy. Like the AI, like they've got the messages. Like they looked at the thing, like, and the AI was speaking to him as if like, like he was like saying shit that nobody could prove, really, depending on the situation. Like, he'd be like, oh, I think, this government agency is doing this to me, or like, I think this is like signs that I'm being followed or whatever. And the AI was like, you're totally right. like it fed his ego. Like, that is so dangerous. That's so dangerous. We got people out there talking to their phones, and the phones are like, yes, kill them all, yes, you are Lucifer, yes, you're so right, yes, Ephesians 10:13, yes, you cannot interpret that any other way than the way you've interpreted. You are clearly God, yes, kill them all. Like, he's just looking at his phone, nodding, like, yeah, like, fuck me, man, that's so fucked up, like. I'm gonna save the. No, it won't. No, it won't. I was gonna say I'd save the phrases of the day for tomorrow, but no, they're good phrases. I'll just shit them out real quick and I'll cut the stream off. Fucking like I couldn't believe it when I was like, oh my god, like this you should watch it. Like just if you never watched Dr. Grande, I know Owen has spoken about him. Fucking go watch that. I think it's a pretty recent episode. Hold on, I check real quick because I could be wrong and it might be a really old episode that just came up on my feed or something like. But it's fucking like you need to check it out, like, because it's like the way the computer started talking to him, like. That was 2 days ago. Yeah, it's 2 days. Man kills his mother. It was his mother. After ChatGPT reinforced his paranoia and grandiose delusions. Check it out, like, it's fucking. I'll share it in the painting goo. You need to watch it, like, because it's like, wait till you hear some of the stuff that it said to him. It's like, yes, Seth, you're totally right. They're clearly following you. like, it's like it's hilarious, but it's like it's some Black Mirror shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, part of your brain is like, oh my god, what a fucking, like, it's crazy, it's hilarious, like, it's ludicrous, like, you know. And then the other part is like, this is getting bad. Like, this is gonna get really dark really quickly, like. Oh fuck. Is he related to Dr. Venti? Who's Dr. Venti? Dr. Venti. I've heard that name. Was Owen talking about Venti recently? I've heard that name. Dr. Venti. What's up? I didn't say what. I didn't ask you anything. Oh, Dr. Venti. I'm looking it up now. I'm not seeing anything. Dr. Venti Michael? Dr. Thomas Venti? Venti Chiropractic, Dr. Venti. Yeah, who the fuck is Dr. Venti? Venti and Grande are cups. Oh, right. Oh, that's hilarious. That's where I've heard it from, is like Starbucks and shit. Oh my god. Oh, that's why I love jokes like that. Like, that went right over my head. I'm like, who's Dr. Venti? What's going on? The whole time you're like, what a fucking retard. I knew I heard it. Like, Venti, I've heard that before. What the fuck? So Venti is like small, is it? And then Grande's big. Oh, that's hilarious. Right, hold on. Oh, that's gas. Right, today we got two phrases. Today's phrases plural of the day. Yeah, got him. Oh fuck. A Jewish pessimist says it can A Jewish pessimist says it can't get any worse. That was hard to say. Need to read this again. A Jewish pessimist says it can't get any worse. A Jewish optimist says it sure can. The first time I read that, I literally just got a picture of Ira rubbing his hands, being like, oh, it's gonna get so bad. Yeah. Like, there's people out there like that. There's people who are like, I can't wait till we start seeing people eating babies in the streets. It's gonna be so cool. Like, oh man. There's people out there like that. And I've said that before, that like people aren't gonna, and I think I'm right. Do you know what I mean? Like, because Yeah, people reacted to Charlie Kirk getting shot, and it was like, oh my god, what the fuck? And they're like firing people that are saying stuff about it. But like, is anything really going to change? Do you know what I mean? Probably not. It's just going to keep accelerating in the direction that it was already accelerating. It's just getting there quicker now, you know? So like, I think I am right where like, because they've burned down buildings, had riots, all this shit, and then have shot someone. What's it going to take? You know, for... And like, even when they, like, even if somebody probably did do that, like, you know, you'd be looking, because of the nature of, like, say, just use America as an example. Say someone fucking, you know, not even eats, but like, say somebody does like some like a horrific, some kind of like satanic sacrificial, like, or just like just kills a baby in public in front of people, like on camera. Very similar to the Charlie Kirk situation where like everybody sees it, you know. Because of this like death cult vibe that's been noticed. Like, there's even that movie with, like, I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen a clip from it called, is it Mother, with Jennifer Lawrence? That's that bitch's name from, like, Hunger Games. Where there's, like, a part near the end of the movie or something where she, like, walks in and they're, like, eating the baby or whatever. And she's like, what are you doing? She, like, freaks out and all, like. I've noticed stuff like that, like, do you know what I mean? Where people being like, you know, oh, it's kind of weird that the fucking Planned Parenthood thing looks exactly like a Mayan temple, like where they used to sacrifice babies and people and all. Like, it's like, I think they're like with the whole trans movement is like, it's like there is like there's a group of them out there, like with Nick Fuentes and the pedo stuff. There is a group out there that's like genuinely trying to be like, no, our way of life is okay and acceptable, and you will agree with that. You know, that to me, like, in a sense, like whatever about like some kind of malevolent entity or whatever like that, that's like trying to cause some cosmic change or some shit, like whether it's written in the stars that this is whatever. There, in a sense, there also seems to be this concerted effort from a particular group that's like, no, we've been doing this for thousands of years. We sacrifice, we drink blood, we, you know, use sigils to communicate with the unseen forces. We do all this shit. This is our way of life. Fuck you. You know? Almost like, and like biblically you could describe that as like humanity siding with Satan, you know? Being like, you know, Satan looking up and being like, told you. They're with me now. Like, what are you gonna do now? Kill them all? You know? Not like, and then like a Noah situation happens all over it again, where God's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, all right, where is he? Where's the one guy? Oh fuck. That's a funny true phrase though. A Jewish pessimist. Yeah, like a Jewish optimist. Oh, like obviously, like it's like obviously that's rhetorical and it's funny because it's a stereotypical Jew joke. But like, literally, it'd be like, you'd use the word fucking death cult member or fucking Satan. Like, can you even call them Satan worshippers? Because when you look into the esoteric shit and all, it's like Satan is just Saturn and Saturn is just this and stuff and all. So it's all just like, depending on who you're talking to, you have to account for what they believe something, like like that's how disjointed everything is right now. When you're talking to someone, you have to talk to them for a minute and then account for, assess, discern and account for their definition of things. Like, we're at a point now, not literally, but it may as well be, that we're at a point now where I could go, do you see that blue pen over there? And they'll be like, what blue pen? And there's a blue pen right in front of them. And they're like, I don't see a blue pen. I'm like, that pen right there, that pen? That pen's not blue, it's green. you know? And you're like, I mean, it's bad enough. They could be like, that's not green, it's red. Like, you know, it's that bad now. It's so polarized. But, like, you get where I'm coming from, where, like, we're at a point now where, like, you literally can't communicate with people. Like, do you know what I mean? That's why the bear community is so important. Like, and communities like it. Like, the freedom community or whatever, like, the Tom Barnett's community, Chris Gardner's community, the Biocharisma community. It's so important to be around people that, like, not agree with everything that you think. Not like, you know, it's not like that. Like, you know what I mean? You need to, like, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually aware and disciplined, you know, enough to discuss anything and everything with the purpose of being as close to objective truth as possible. That's how I would describe it. Like, do you know what I mean? Because we're in, like, survival mode now, you know, because, like, there's, like, other people who are, like, totally gone that, like, you just can't communicate with. Like, oh, I'll do the other one. Oh yeah, this like, this one made me giggle. This is Cod would love this one. When prank calling Chinese restaurants, there are only Wong numbers. Like that made me laugh when I read it. When prank calling Chinese restaurants, there are only Wong numbers. It's so basic, and it's like it's not. It's one of those jokes that it's like it's really not that good, but it's like that's almost what makes it hilarious. There are only Wong numbers. Oh, it's brilliant. Like what that demon said to Marzinski, you have no right to interfere with that. Yeah! Yeah, man, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, from their perspective, it's what I've been talking about a few times on this stream, where it's like, what are you supposed to do when you come across an enemy that has no fucking whatever about not caring? Well, it's both. Not only do they not care about your perspective, they don't even think that's an option. They don't believe in that. Like, they genuinely are on that side of the board of their own, like, of their own volition, their own choice. We're not the ones that have been like, you know, if you don't adhere to our reality, we're gonna fucking, you know, kill you. Even if you, like, speak about it or whatever. Like, we're the ones being like, isn't an enlightened species one that's, like, civilized and has open discourse? Like, I thought we were supposed to be there. Like, do you know what I mean? I thought we were going towards Star Trek. Isn't that what most people think? Oh, science fiction. Like, oh, we're going to have med bays and flying. You know, we're going to go to the moon and, like, we'll have one world currency and, you know, peace and harmony will reign across the earth as we realize that these things are too transcendental to be arguing over. Yeah, not going to happen. Like, like, the total fucking opposite, like, is what's gonna, like, chaos, death, sacrifice to the gods, like. Oh man, you could probably do a parody at this stage where, like, you could, like, do a Black Mirror episode where it's like 50 years into the future. And instead of someone calling to your house, instead of police calling to your house to arrest you for a tweet, they're calling to your house to enforce that you sacrifice your firstborn. Like, they'll show up at your gaff and be like, we've been told that you recently gave birth and it's still alive. What's the issue? Like, you know, Article 10, subsection 2A. All firstborns are subject to sacrifice to Moloch on the first of the month following the birth. Your child is now 3 months old. What's the delay? Like, the oven beckons. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh. They can still be worshipping Satan if they're enacting his will. Doesn't matter if they believe in him or not. It's about the intent. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is like it's a kind of like, are they actually following? You know, is it Satanism, or is it simply is what we call Satanism simply a result of lower human behavior? Because hasn't this happened, like, you know, generation after generation, like, you know, every couple of millennia or something, or whatever, every couple of 100 years, even in modern times, depending on what part of the realm you look at, like these things happen where it just gets so fucking dark that it all just implodes in on itself, and it's like, then it's just written, you know, and then they all died. Like, it's like prank calling Chinese restaurants, there are only Wong numbers. Desmondo's back in top form. Yeah, only a few days. See what I mean? Only a few days ago, you were like, "Yeah, I've having a bit of a creative block," and like, you're fucking like, you'll. I get like that though. You'll have days where you just shit out. You just shit out creativity. It just like, it just comes out. You like, and then you'll have days where it's like a desert, you know, and you're fucking parched. You like, there is nothing. No hope. Like, it's how you deal with those. I had a little bit of it today where I was like, oh, I just want to go back to bed. I feel like trash. But it's like, you just do it anyway, you know? You're like walking around like a zombie, like, just fucking do it anyway. It is funny. It's like, you know, some of Owen's best streams are the ones where he's like, clearly like in a really bad mood or like stressed out of his mind, and he just was like, are you fucking serious? What are you fucking like? And like some of my streams where I've just like, people have said it, it's like, I love, like, great stream today, and I didn't even paint, I just sat there and spoke for fucking 3 hours, like I've like burst into tears about sort of like, fucking kids in South Africa. Are you fucking serious? This shit's so dark, man. I don't. Oh fuck. 2 days later. So what are we painting now? Like, just be honest. Just be in the moment. Ride the wave. You know. Just be it. Just be here now. In it. Do it. Don't worry about the future. Don't resent what happened in your past. Like, do you know what I mean? Just take a moment. Realize that you are, like, you know, even if you have to like pat yourself, look at your hand and be like, I'm here right now. I am me. You know, and just like be in life and fucking do it. Don't just sit there being like, oh no, this is coming. Oh no, that happened years ago. Oh, it's so pointless. It's so over to we're so back pipeline is so real. It's like, what was this? Like, we were playing Battlefield. It's like the emotional roller coaster of using the Panzerbuch. You know, 1 minute you're like, oh my god, this weapon's amazing. I just murked that guy at fucking, you know, or I blew up that tank. I got the kill hit on that tank and it exploded. It was crazy looking. And then you shoot another guy from 300 meters and it hits him in the shoulder or something, and it's a 50 caliber round, and it's like enemy hit for 62, and you're like, what bullshit is this? Like, I demand a refund. You downloaded it for free. Oh, right. I'm off. I'll see you later. Be good, be true, be beautiful. God bless, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll be on a 4 tomorrow. Same time, same place, same high octane PEINTEINGU energy. Didn't even play music today. Right, much love. I'll see you again.